of space, it's everything you see, touch and taste. Matter is made of tiny molecules and atoms, elements with protons, neutrons and electrons. Matter is the stuff that is all around. Scientists have found.
Hi, Ate Rhea.
And Kuya Bendix.
Now, this afternoon, we'll talk about
Matter.
Why are you waiting, guys? Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
What about you? Are you ready? Yes, very good. Now, let's start our topic for this afternoon. Hi everyone! I am your Ate Kim. Today we're gonna talk about matter. But before that, I will give you the general objectives of our topic. We can be able to define first, matter. Second, state the properties of the phases of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. And the third, explain the uses of matter. Now, I'm done giving you the objective. Let's start our topic. Our topic for this afternoon is all about matter. By the way, what is matter? Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. We, the plant, and other living and non-living organisms is called matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is matter. This stone, we're done defining the matter. And now, we will move to the properties of phases of matter that will be given to us by Ate Rhea.
Thanks, Ate Kim. Hi, kids. I'm your Ate Rhea. This afternoon, we will find out what are the properties of phases of matter. But before that, we must find out what are the phases of matter. Ate Kim stated earlier that matter is anything that occupies space and has a mass. Do you see things surrounds me that has a space and mass? Yes. This stone water and air. That are some examples of matter.
States of matter. In this video you are going to learn what the three states of matter are, some examples of each state of matter, the characteristic properties of the three states of matter. The three states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. Let us look at solids. An example of a solid is your computer. The properties of solids depend on how the particles in solids are packed. In a solid, the particles are closely packed in fixed positions and cannot move anywhere. So, solids are rigid, cannot be squashed or compressed, have a fixed shape and a fixed volume. They cannot flow. Now let us look at liquids. An example of a liquid is water. Just as with solids, the properties of liquids depend on how the particles in liquids are packed. In a liquid, the particles are again closely packed, but not as closely packed as in solids. So this means the particles in liquids can move around each other. So, liquids are not rigid, but because their particles are closely packed as in solids, they cannot be squashed or compressed. They do not have a fixed shape, but they do have a fixed volume. Beware with that one, as many students think because liquids do not have a fixed shape, they do not have a fixed volume either, but they are wrong. If someone orders a pint of beer, they cannot make it 2 pints by pouring it into different containers. As you know, liquids can flow. Finally, let us look at gases. An example of a gas is helium. This is the gas in party balloons because it is less dense than air and unreactive. Again, as with solids and liquids, the properties of gases depend on how the particles in gases are packed. Unlike solids and liquids, the particles in gases are not closely packed, they're far apart. As a result, gases are not rigid and can be squashed or compressed. They do not have a fixed shape nor fixed volume. They fill the whole space they are in.
We were done all about the properties and phases of the matter. So, let's move on to the changes of matter by Kuya Bendex!
Area. Hi kids, I'm Kuya Vandix. Or Kuya for this afternoon. We're done defining what are the matters and the properties and its phases. Now, let's move on to the changes of matters. What are the changes of matters? What are the indicators of matters? And how matter changes? Let's find out our answers to our questions by doing our activities. Now, the materials of our activities are the following. First, paper. Next, scissor or scissors. Next, match or matches. Next, a glass of water. So, what are you waiting for? Let's do our activity. Give it a time.
Two kinds of changes of matter. There is physical change and chemical change. If we cut the papers into tiny pieces, we are doing physical change. Physical change is a change in size, shape, and phase of matter.
The other one is chemical change. If we burn the paper, we are doing now chemical change. Chemical change is change in composition of matter.
Change of phases of matter. The three phases of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Let us now perform a simple experiment to see how water undergoes changes in its state of matter under different conditions of temperature. Arrange the apparatus as shown here. Take some cubes of ice in a round bottom flask and heat it. What do you observe? We observe that the cubes of ice melt to form water, which is the liquid state of ice. Continue supplying heat energy. What do you observe? Water gets converted to steam. Steam is the gaseous state of water. Continue heating till water is completely converted to steam. Now remove the source of heat energy. We see that the steam is being cooled and condensed to its liquid form and collected in the beaker as water. This process by which steam is converted to water is known as condensation. Once the steam gets completely converted to water, deep freeze the water collected in the beaker after condensation. We get back water in the form of ice. This experiment proves that a solid can be converted to its liquid state and then to its gaseous state by supplying heat, and then on removal of heat the process is reversed. Most substances can be converted from one state of matter to another. Wax, gold, silver, iron, and copper are a few examples of substances that can occur in all the three phases or states of matter.
are all made up of matter. We are matter. All the things here on earth are made up of matter. The beautiful sceneries, the spots, the beautiful falls, the lakes, the beautiful oceans, and even us, humans, are made up of matter.
It takes up space, it's everything you see, touch and taste. Matter is made of tiny molecules and atoms, elements with protons, neutrons and electrons. Matter is the stuff that is all around. Scientists have found some things that don't count. Matter cannot be a form